What if I told you doing product research, doing SEO, having a nice Etsy design is just one piece of the pie when it comes to having success on Etsy? You know, I've shown my sales multiple times, but how about this? I have a student right here. He's done over $26,000 last month. I have another student right here, 14 sales just in one day, 14% conversion rate, 9.5% conversion rate. Check this out, last 7 days, $6,000. So what I teach is proven. But the biggest problem is that you probably came into the game, you started doing product research, and you're just barely scratching the surface. One of the best ways that you're going to be able to see success is by getting lost on the internet. And I'll explain what that means in just a second. You see, it takes time for you to have data yourself. For example, you probably started selling particular t-shirts, particular sweatshirts, particular mugs, tumblers, whatever it may be, and you found some designs that were doing well. And that's your first set of data. You finally found your first niche. It's probably a mushroom t-shirt, right? And that's all you really have in your catalog, and that's the only thing that you focused on. See, the best way that this actually works is by doing this over and over. The more reps you have in this game, the more practice that you have, the more data you are able to receive so that you have more information in what you're going to be able to search. And some of the best product research that I've ever done when it comes to selling on a platform like Etsy is just by getting lost on Etsy. You see, most people will come on here and they'll type in funny sweatshirt or whatever they have information about. So most of the time it could be something that they're passionate about. For example, it could be fitness. They're typing in fitness sweatshirt and they're only typing in the products that they think works, like a t-shirt, a sweatshirt. They're not going above and beyond. But the more that you do this, the more you practice it, the more data you actually have that other people do not. So it's easier for you to jump into niches or designs that people don't know about. So here's going to be a quick example right here. So if you don't know what this is, you see how I have access to like what? It's doing 20% conversion rate, but it says no monthly sales. Well, this tool right here, this is called Everbee. So this is giving me analytics of this actual product right here. So, you know, I have an idea if this product is working or not. I can also just go ahead and go to the left side and click product analytics, and I can already see everything that's on this page. So custom team name sweatshirts, they always do well. That's also probably a puff print. So if you have that capability at home and you're not doing print on demand, that's probably something that's going to work out for you. But as you can see, we have tie-dye sweatshirts right here. That's actually doing pretty decent. So this is a tie-dye sweatshirt, right? It's probably handmade tie-dye. It's doing 3 people bought this in the past 24 hours. So, you know, maybe this is something that you want to look into. Obviously, it's not a print on demand product, but I'm just starting to be more aware of products that are selling. And you know, not everything's perfect, not everything's in a rush. I'm not in a rush to find something and list something. If it's your first time selling online, you're probably in a rush to make the actual money. You're not taking your time to find a quality product, right? You probably see something like, oh, that's the one. If you're just starting off, take your time. So for example, I'm gonna find this right here, Silly Goose Lifting Club. It's interesting to me, 20 plus carts. I've never seen this before, but I'm gonna go ahead and click on this. And as you can see, it's not extremely consistent, but it does have some type of consistency to it. So maybe this is something you wanna focus on, maybe not. You can, you know, set this to the side. You can leave this URL open, or you can dive a little bit deeper. You know, this is what I call getting lost on the internet. I love to get lost on the internet, and you need to make it feel like, you know, it doesn't feel like a job anymore. It just feels like you're just kind of on some random hunt. So I'm going to open up a new Etsy tab. Now I'm going to type in Silly Goose shirt, or I can just type in Silly Goose period and without shirt and just see what comes up. So now I'm looking up Silly Goose thing, Silly Goose on the loose. I like this one with the flowers, and this is not something I typically look at. A lot of people are not going beyond that first layer. You know, most people are just on this fitness page. They're just seeing what's popping on here, and they think this is it. This is the end of the line. There's just all these listings, right? But you have to constantly get lost into the internet. The more you get lost, the more data that you find, and your catalog inside your head becomes larger and larger and larger. And year over year, you're able to know what products are going to be selling at this very exact time point. So now I'm on a Silly Goose hunt. As you can see, we have the Goosebump shirt. I've seen that before. That's nothing new to me. Maybe it's new to you. Maybe you can open it and set it to the side. Here we have the Silly Goose University, which is interesting. This is an embroidered product, so you can customize the year. So I don't even know what's so fascinating about Silly Goose University. And sometimes I even take the time to educate myself on what this is about. So now I'm on Google. I just want to see what this is about. Oh, it kind of looks like someone has actually copyrighted this, because they have a whole website based off of just Silly Goose University. So it's kind of interesting, right? So entire entirely interesting. I feel like we can't sell this product. I'm sure they do have this copyrighted or trademark. So what we do is, this is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. I'm just gonna search their database real quick, just because I'm extremely interested how far they are investing into this, right? I don't see anything on Silly Goose University, so I'm gonna sort this by the class, which should be about like class 25, I believe. We need to go to the expert search and class 25 for clothing. So I don't see anything specific for that. So they don't have a trademark, but they do have first use case. But it's entirely interesting to me that someone made a whole like brand website just based off of this. But there we have it. We have Silly Goose University. That's something that potentially could work for you if you're doing embroidered products. I click on their product. Look, I'm constantly just gonna get lost for a long time. And in the beginning for you, it just might seem like, this is okay. This is, I don't know if you find this boring or exciting. Myself, I love doing this. I'm highly invested in what people are buying. It's just entirely interesting to me. So now I'm here in Anxiety University Embroidery. I'm gonna click on this as well. And this university thing is like a huge ordeal. Oh, this is the same shop. But I'm gonna type in anxiety now, and I just want to see what comes up, because now my head is like, okay, anxiety, maybe this is something people are looking for. Now we're looking at like, I'm fine, everything is fine. Oh, okay, so this is something that's obviously copyrighted itself as well. All right, so I'm just gonna scroll down. I see like it's okay to feel how it feels. I don't struggle with anxiety. I'm actually pretty good at it. I don't see anything going on too crazy. Like this one right here is pretty interesting. 6% conversion rate, 8 monthly sales. And sometimes you don't find winning products off the bat, and that's okay. And sometimes you may feel bummed, but that's part of the game. The game is having ups and downs, you're not always gonna strike it out of the park. But I see a coffee shirt, so now my idea is just like, let me just see what kind of coffee shirts are popular, or coffee sweatshirts. So I'm just gonna type in coffee sweatshirt and just see what comes up. And then you can always change this too. You can do whatever niche you are in, and then change the product type depending on what kind of product you're selling. Maybe you're selling shirts, maybe you're selling, you can try it for different ones as well. Type in coffee candle, coffee tumbler, coffee mug, and so forth. That way you're not just, investing in just that design for just that product type. So now I'm coming on down here, 76 monthly sales right here. Woo, this is interesting. Coffee wetter. This is crazy. All right, so let's see what the actual price for this product is. $14.99, 4.14 shipping. So they're even making a little bit of money on print on demand. Almost guaranteeing they probably produce in-house, though. It's kind of hard to tell. They could be just ranking their product. There's a lot to it. It's possible they could be doing print on demand. I'm not entirely too sure. Let's see. And of course, like, some shops will put their production partners, some people won't. But, we have something right here, coffee wetter. So we can open this up to the side. Oh, let me go ahead and analyze this real quick. Ooh, this one's pretty nice right here. 2-3 sales per day. So it's fairly consistent. It's not going crazy, but just always think about, like, it's not about just having one viral product. Sometimes you can have your shop consist of multiple products that are very consistent. So like, you make a 2-3 sales here, you make a 2-3 sales there, you make a 2-3 sales on another product. Eventually you'll land on a product that's making you 100 sales per week or so. Now here I am looking at 100 days of school. Obviously 100 days of school is already over with. Maybe in different areas that I'm not aware of, is still popular, but as you can see, this is a previous item. So that's why this chart is really, really important, because this is the average monthly revenue across 12 months divided by the total revenue, right? So that's how you get that monthly revenue. So it's not always the best thing to look at. You want to look at this growth rate right here, and we can look at it from the past 3 months, and we can just look at either the sales, or we can look at the actual revenue right here. And this isn't something we want to focus on because it's not currently 100 days of school. But now this is why it is important, because you're getting lost in the internet. You're finding information about things you didn't know were selling before. You might be too late to this right now, and most of you are probably going to give up on your business before the new year even comes around. But now when the new year comes around, now you know exactly what to sell before the 100 days of school comes in, right? Because this is a product that you didn't have any idea about. This is something that you had no data of because you didn't practice long enough and you didn't stay in business long enough for you to see that success. And I know that sounds crazy and it sounds cliche, but the truth of the matter is it just comes with practice and it comes with time. All right, so now instead of coffee sweatshirt, I'm just going to type in coffee shirt, see what else is popular. This is another one right here, just like the other one, coffee wetter. So I'll show you exactly how to make this as well in just a second. Let's see what else we got going on. Even this is doing fairly interesting. it does not have the highest conversion rate, but even something as basic as this of a design is kind of working. You do have to be careful sometimes because some of these shops, they do external marketing. You don't necessarily need external marketing to succeed on Etsy. There's already 400 million buyers coming on here every single month. It is a search-oriented marketplace, but some shops, they do still promote their products. You don't necessarily need to promote your products outside on social media because it is a search-oriented marketplace. You can find success just directly on the marketplace. Have students who's done anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 per month just with Etsy traffic, not external marketing. So I just wanted to come down here and see. They do have their own website. Now I just want to see if they have Instagram or something. I'm not too sure, but they are doing some kind of external work, even though this is just like their shop, right? And I don't know if this is the Etsy shop because Etsy has their own little shop thing that you can use as well. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, just be careful of that. Once again, if you don't know how I'm analyzing the listings like this, there's a tool called Everbee. I'll leave the link down below for you. Let's go ahead and move into this coffee weather shirt. I'm gonna copy it, and this is gonna be extremely simple. Anytime I've showed you guys like a design tutorial, it typically has like something a little bit more dynamic and artsy of a design. This is just text-based. I don't even think we've come across something that's just text-based. So I'm gonna type in college real quick, just see what comes up because it is kind of like the collegiate style font. Perfect. This is practically what I'm looking for right here, or even this one. I'm gonna go with this one right here. And now I'm gonna open up Printify. If you don't know what this is by now, they'll ship the product to your customer for you. So, they'll print it and they'll ship it. So, and it integrates directly with Etsy. So all you have to do is publish it on Printify, and it goes to Etsy. And all you have to do is clean up your mockups and your titles and all that. And the reason why I wanted you to open up Printify is because you'll click start designing, and then this is where you'll get the dimensions for your product, the print area design size, right? 4,500 by 5,100. So you come back over here, you'll click on this right here, 4,500 by 5,100. I'm just going to zoom out, and I'm going to hold the space bar to move that around. I'm going to change this right here real quick. Also change this right here, and then I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to resize it just like that. And now I'm just going to double click this, type in coffee, and look, it already kind of reformatted the same way that I need it. Man, this is the most simple design that I probably ever showed you, and how quick you can actually create it. Now I'm going to delete that, double click on this, click wetter, type in wetter, and I know I can't say my T's, it sounds like D's, yes I know. So now kind of resize that a little bit. And if you can't really find the center, if you move it around a little bit, it'll show like the little guidelines just like that. Or you can kind of click and drag the entire thing and just click on this alignment right here, and it'll kind of center it as well. But now I remember, I think the other design had some stars. So I'm going to come on over here, type in star on the elements real quick. And I'm just looking for a basic star. They give me all kinds of crazy stars. Maybe in here. Basic shapes, here we are. So I'm just gonna resize that real quick, copy and paste, drag it on over here. Now I'm gonna click and drag on everything, and I'm gonna change everything to white. And I know we can't really see it, so what we'll do is click on this right here, which is layers, uncheck the background so it's transparent, which is how we need to save it, with a transparent background. But for now, I'm just gonna make it black so I can see it. And now some of the things that you can actually do, since the other one had kind of that vintage texture to it, you can add a grunge texture right here. You click on it, you can't see it, you have to change it right here to like multiply or something, and then now you can actually see it. So cool. You actually have like a little grunge texture to it now. There's multiple different ones. That one's a little too grungy. It doesn't apply that like vintage style effect. So you can do that if you would like. If not, you don't necessarily have to. But this is pretty similar to, what is actually working. So now what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna click on the layers. I'm gonna disengage that black. I'm gonna scroll and select on everything. Just gonna drag this to the top a little bit, and I'm gonna export it as a PNG at 300 DPI. Or let's see what Printify recommends. They probably recommend 150. Okay, it does say 300. So we're good at 300. Now you want to select your variants, the colors that you intend to actually sell, and now you just upload your design, and boom, there you have it right there. You have that. You just hit save product, publish it. It's gonna go directly to your Etsy store. But if you're already this far, you probably know how to publish an item. You probably know how to design it. You're just probably lacking quite a bit in the product research side, which is entirely important because this is a search-oriented marketplace. SEO doesn't matter. Keywords don't matter if you're not selling the right product to begin with. You have to have a product that is in demand. But the way that you're going to be able to find a good collection of products to actually sell is the more searches you get in, the larger your database database grows of what kind of shirts actually sell, what kind of designs sell, what niches sell, what kind of products sell, the better you will become at this. No one's gonna knock it out of park than the first 2-3 months. Some people may, if they have the right mentorship, they have the right coaching, or maybe even they just have that great eye for design. Some people do knock it out of park. If you feel like you're one of these people, you can probably do very well within your first few days. Once again, I'll leave the link to everything down below. If you need my assistance, you can click the link down below. If you want to try out Printify or Everbee, I'll leave those links down below as well. If you want to watch another free video, go ahead and click on this free video right here.